Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be what the new supply will be experiencing. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So the new supply, before I jump in, there will be three potential people who the new supply could be. And I'll go in order. The first person would be somebody similar to who you were, a person who does not know about narcissism, and they had not encountered the narcissistic abusive cycle yet. They haven't been in a relationship with a toxic narcissist. I'm talking a real hardcore relationship. The second person would be a recycled person, a person who hasn't broken the trauma bond. They haven't healed yet. They haven't found that needle in a haystack. They don't know what narcissism is. And the third person will be another narcissist or a toxic person, maybe even somebody worse than the narcissist that the narcissist could turn to be the new supply. So now that we have those three types of people that will potentially be the new supply for the narcissist, I will jump into the first one. The new supply who doesn't know what narcissism is and or was. That was you. It certainly was me. And what we were was we were a blank canvas to the narcissist. We were a brand new piece of putty that they could mold. We were a piece of art on an easel that had yet to be a stroke, a brush of paint on it. And this is how the narcissist looked at us. They looked at us as an opportunity. They looked at us as somebody they could mold into exactly what they wanted from us. The narcissist also saw what we would bring to the relationship or provide for the relationship, meaning you probably had and or have a high level of empathy. Maybe you were a people pleaser. Maybe you couldn't say no, the strongest word in the English language. Maybe you didn't have boundaries. Maybe you had just come out of a relationship and you were extremely vulnerable. Maybe you just relocated. Maybe you went into business with somebody who turned out to be the narcissist. Maybe you just fell in love and you believed in the mask. But there were one and or all of those reasons why you entered the relationship. And again, you weren't taught narcissism 101 in school. So you didn't know that there were people out there that did not have your best interest at heart. You now know that, you're learning it, you're becoming awakened and aware, educated, and empowered. But the new supply, if this is who the new supply is to the narcissist is gonna mold that person. They are gonna have them fall in love with them or enter the relationship. What they're going to do is they're gonna act like they are like-minded with the new supply. They're gonna assimilate themselves with the new supply. And the new supply will not have any guard to put up because they won't have boundaries because they don't know what they're up against. The new supply here, the first part of the new supply, what they will be doing is they will be thinking that they just found gold. What they just found was fool's gold. They just found a relationship that they are entering and that there's going to be nothing to it. They will find out that after the narcissist has sunken their dirty fangs into them and the love bomb stage is over, or the euphoric stage is over, that the narcissist will begin to pull back away from them. Now this is unusual and it's foreign to the new supply because the narcissist is a master manipulator and they know when to turn on the gas pedal of abuse and they know when to dial it back. Specifically in the love bomb / euphoric stage, they know what they need to do to get people to fall in love with them or to enter relationships with them. And when this happens and you are vulnerable and you don't know what narcissism is, it's a recipe for disaster. It will really spin your world upside down. That's what happened to you, it's what happened to me, and it's what's happening with the new supply. If the new supply doesn't know anything about narcissism, and most likely they don't. Now the new supply here, what they will be doing is they will find out rather quickly that they have lost their sense of self. They've lost their identity, and they become or are becoming a shell of themselves. They want to be in communication with the narcissist basically 24/7 because they've been groomed to do that. And they are waiting by their phone and they are texting without receiving responses. This is after the love bomb. This is when you're in the devaluation stage. And they are working for the narcissist, which means they're probably putting a roof over the narcissist's head. Maybe they're cooking, they're cleaning, they're driving, they're paying bills. They are providing a lifestyle for the narcissist. And when you're in the narcissistic fog and you're being devalued every day after the narcissist knows that they have you, this is a very difficult place to be because you believe you just found the best relationship on the planet. Truth of the matter is you just fell in love with or entered a relationship with your worst enemy, somebody who's jealous of you and envious of you, and they want to take you down for the count. But before they do that, or attempt to do that, they want to take everything from you. your time, money, energy, effort, love, empathy, your social status, your network of friends, your health. They want to take everything they can from you. And so this is what's happening with the new supply. This is why the new supply went from a stable, healthy person into a whirlwind relationship. And maybe they've relocated halfway across the country, town, city, state, or world, because the narcissist wants to isolate them from anything that matters, which means their immediate family members, their friends, their support system, meaning their neighborhood or colleagues. This is why the narcissist does what they do. It's a pattern, it's a loop. And if the new supply is somebody who does not know about narcissism and they're not a toxic person themselves and they're not recycled, they're really going to be in it deep. Because what happens eventually in these relationships, everything around these people, the new supply that is, and I can say this because I was the new supply at one point, everything around them begins to fall apart. Their world begins to crumble. Their health takes a hit. Their finances take a hit. Their recognition of who they were and or are has completely changed. As I mentioned previously, this person will become a shell of themselves. They will lose their identity to the narcissist. And the narcissist, no matter what this new supply says or does, it will never be good enough for the narcissist. And the narcissist eventually will look at them and say, wow, it only took me 2 months to get this person in line. The last supply, it took me 6. I must really be getting better at my skill set. I must be really getting good at manipulating people and having them fall in love with me or enter relationships with me. And when the narcissist knows again that they have you, that is not a good space to be, because you are believing in the mask. You are believing that the narcissist has your best interest at heart. You are believing that they love you. You're believing that they care about you. You're believing that they're going to do what they say. But none of that is true. The narcissist cares about one person and only one person, and it is themselves. So that's one potential who the new supply could be. It's one version of the new supply. And that person is in for a long ride, I will tell you right now, because when they get discarded, because that's how it probably will end, although it doesn't have to end that way. Maybe they figure it out and they end it themselves. Or maybe the third thing is that person stays trapped in the narcissistic fog and they don't believe there's anything better out there, and they're so deep in that state, the zombie-like, trance-like state, that they're just going to succumb to the narcissist and they're just going to wither away and stay in that relationship. But most likely they will be discarded. And when they are discarded, and if you were discarded, my heart goes out to you. Point being is that's when they're going to have to really dig in deep within themselves, which is what you've had to do and I've had to do. And they're going to have to be persistent. They're going to have to be resilient, courageous, and full of fortitude and strength and determination, because they're going to, when that relationship ends for the new supply, they're going to have to wrap their head around what that relationship was. And if they are not as fortunate as you were to find the needle in a haystack, i.e. narcissism, then they're going to have an uphill battle. And my hope is, number one, they never entered that relationship, but number two, that they find the needle in a haystack quickly. Because it took me about 3 weeks to figure it out. But when I did, I went full game on, and I applied every single waking moment of my life and my existence and my fortitude into figuring out and discovering and understanding and realizing and coming to terms with the narcissistic relationship is. That's what this person's going to have to do. So that seems insurmountable. It seems like a lot to do. But again, I did it. If I did it, you can do it. And if you've done it, you know what I'm talking about. So the second potential new supply would be a recycled person. And that could be anybody. It could be a family member, colleague, romantic relationship, mom, dad, brother, sister, who knows. But this is a person who was abused by the narcissist in the past, and they haven't gone no contact. Maybe they didn't even figure out what narcissism was. Maybe they did and they can't go no contact, but they just got small and got off the radar of the narcissist. But the narcissist will return back to these people, and they will play the victim card, or they will say that just give me one more chance, or I've changed, or just come visit me for the holidays and things will be better. I promise you. You see, these people, the people that are recycled by the narcissist, many of them are stuck, and they could be related to the narcissist, although that's not every time, that's not the case, but many times they are. Example, like I said, a family setting, brother, sister, mom, dad, aunt, uncle, etc. Many times they're friends of the narcissist. Many times they are the romantic relationships until that person finds the needle in a haystack. Again, like example number one. But the recycled sources of supply, what happens there is they're believing in the mask, and they're believing that the narcissist can change and that they will change and that it will be better this time. And these people, they go back to the narcissist, and perhaps they accept Hoovers over and over and over again. Side note, pro tip, do not accept a Hoover. What is a Hoover, you may ask? It's when the narcissist is trying to draw you back into the relationship for a minute, a day, a week, a month, a year, a decade, or maybe they're just testing the water with you to see if you've healed, or to see if you will answer or respond to their text or their communication. Do not, and I repeat, do not accept a Hoover. But these people have accepted Hoovers, And again, they may have had the wisdom on the narcissistic abusive cycle, but maybe these people, the recycle people, maybe they thought, no, I'm strong. I know what to do. I know how to handle this. I can do it. Well, it never works good for those people, ever, because the narcissist can't change, and they flat out don't care about anybody. They care about themselves. That's it. And so when you are giving the narcissist another chance, thinking that they will change, or thinking that you've healed, or thinking you're strong enough, or thinking that you can defend yourself against the narcissist and stay in the relationship, it will never be good for you, because you didn't get the wisdom and apply the tools yet. You were thinking you could outrun or outsmart the narcissist. You could play defense for longer and longer in your life, meaning you could tolerate the poor behavior and you could take it and take it and take it. Well, that's not feasible. It's not sustainable. Maybe you could tolerate it for a period of time, but eventually every narcissistic relationship will break. Eventually every narcissistic relationship has an expiration date. So that's why these people that were recycled and they went back to the narcissist over and over again, eventually, my hope is those people do find the needle in a haystack. They go no contact, they block the narcissist, delete them, remove all flying monkeys and people associated with them, if not now, when? Now, I understand if those people can't do it, or if you can't go no contact right now, I get it. Just utilize gray rock, become dull and boring, and get off the radar of the narcissist. I do understand each and every one of our circumstances are unique, similar, but unique to ourselves. Meaning we are all different ages, we are different genders, we speak different languages, we live in different cities, towns, states, countries. We have different experiences during this thing called life. That's why your fingerprint is your fingerprint. It makes you you. It's a unique identification that enables you to be identified. And that's what the narcissist does. The only difference is with their fingerprint, they just erase their fingerprints and they change the mask so frequently, their fingerprint never is the same. It's always moving around. Now, getting back on track, what I'm talking about with the recycle people, these people, they were still believing in the mask. They did not get the opportunity, or they did not want to apply the tools and go no contact. But eventually they will figure it out, because eventually they will realize that, hey, my money's taken a hit again. My health has gone sideways again. I have no time because this person keeps calling me and texting me all hours of the day, morning, afternoon, and evening, and I can't get any peace of mind. Well, when any and or all those things happen, well, it's time to go no contact and block. So the third person, who is a potential new supply for the narcissist, is not a person the narcissist themselves wants to encounter. It will be somebody who will be just like themselves or worse. Now, I'm not going to use any clinical terms because I'm not a doctor. I went through the cycle and I know exactly what it's like to be in your mind trying to get out of someplace where you don't even know what you got into. But this third part of the new supply, this is very dangerous for the narcissist, because these people can actually play the narcissist better than the narcissist could play you. Meaning they too have an elevated skill set of manipulation, deceit, destruction, and devastation. And they know how to press buttons on anybody, including another narcissist. And these people are very, very toxic. These are people to run away from, run for the hills, just like the narcissist. But what happens with the narcissist many times, after, let's say, they ended your relationship or your relationship ended, they will go on to a new supply, and it will be somebody that they don't know. This will not be a recycled person. It will be a person in the first group or the third group, and they will be rolling the dice because they would be thinking that the grass is greener on the other side. That's an old expression in English, and so frequently that is not true. But the point being is, when the narcissist discards people and they think they found another valid or viable source of supply, many times that person turns out to be toxic, just like the narcissist, and they get abused and they get taken for a ride and they get played and they lose their money, etc. And many times, again, and I know I said many times, but the narcissist is not infallible. Remember this. So frequently we believe that the narcissist just drifts off into the sunset and they're living their best life and it's all puppies and rainbows and unicorns and butterflies, and how could they be living their best life? And the new supply in them, they look so beautiful on social media, etc. Well, first of all, you shouldn't be looking at social media. Second of all, that's not the case of the new supply, no matter who they are, if it's number 1, 2, or 3. The narcissist will paint the narrative any way they possibly can on social media and on any platform they can, acting like that they are living their best life. They will take pictures of places they've never even been to. They will use multiple filters when they're taking selfies, while the person, i.e. the new supply, is standing in front of them, watching them, scratching their head, saying, wait, we're in this destination location together. Why are you taking selfies? Well, the new supply will figure out eventually that the new supply is just along for the ride, no matter who they are. They're there to pay the way on the vacations. They're there to pay the way for the narcissist. They're there to tolerate the poor behavior and foot the bill, the emotional bill, the mental bill, the spiritual bill, financial bill, every bill possible. And the narcissist, when they're on holiday or vacations, yeah, they're taking selfies. They're acting like that they are living their best life. They are rarely taking pictures with the new supply. Maybe in the beginning, in the love bomb / euphoric stage, but after that person falls into the trap of the narcissistic relationship, the new supply is nowhere to be found in these pictures usually. And if the narcissist married the new supply, take a look at any of those pictures. You will notice that the narcissist probably is not displaying their wedding ring in pictures. They're hiding it. Or they will be on the left side of the picture and their spouse will be on the right side of the picture, and in between will be potential new supplies or people that the new supply doesn't even know, and they'll be scratching their head saying, wait, I just got married, why am I not standing with my husband or wife? Well, it's because you're being invalidated, devalued, and it's too late and you don't know what you're up against. That's exactly how this cycle goes around and around. But the narcissist wants to always appear single no matter what source of supply they have. That's why usually the narcissist will take selfies, etc. That's why usually the narcissist will not want to hold your hand. That's why usually the narcissist won't want to sit on a couch next to you. That's why usually the narcissist will withhold intimacy and make you pay the price to get something that you want out of a stable or healthy relationship, which is intimacy. They will weaponize whatever they can. That's why also the narcissist will slowly disappear. Even if you're living with them, even if you're married with them, they will stay at work later. They will claim that they're working later hours, or that they have a friend in town for a couple of days that you've never even heard of and they need to go spend the weekend with them. They will have all of your hobbies disappear. They will invalidate anything about you. They will punish you for being you. And that's what they're doing with the new supply, no matter who it is. You have to remember, the new supply at one point was you. And before you entered that relationship with the narcissist was in a former relationship, and they either discarded that person or that person ended it. And then the narcissist found you, and you thought you had the best relationship on the planet. Well, you didn't. Neither does and or will the new supply. Because if the narcissist is going from your relationship to the new supply, it's meant to inflict damage on you, having you scratch your head saying, what's going on here? What does the new supply have that I don't have? They have nothing that you don't have. When the narcissist discarded you or you ended it, the narcissist lost the best thing on the planet they'll ever have, and it's you. But you need to not be pining for the narcissist. You need to not stay stuck in the trap. You need to process the childhood wounds, see a therapist, journal, meditate, watch videos, write. You need to understand that the further you get away from that narcissistic relationship, the stronger you will get. And the stronger you will get, the smaller and the weaker the narcissist will get. And they will not go off into the sunset with the new supply. They're going to go off into the darkness, and in their own tiny little pea brain, they're going to have to wrap their head around what they just did with you and all the other people they did in the past and what they will do with other people. But they'll do that for a second, maybe a moment or two, and then they'll get back and they'll fake themselves out of reality, and they'll say, yep, I'm going to go crush somebody else's life. I'm going to go drive a wedge between them and their children, them and their family, them and their hobbies, them and their health, them and their finances, whatever they can do, because that's what the narcissist does. The narcissist by nature, they are a coward, they're a bully, they're hollow, they're shallow. There's nothing to them. They are mimickers. They repeat back to people, other people's ideas, other people's hopes, dreams, aspirations, and everything. If you ever sat down with a narcissist when you were the new supply, or when you were in the relationship, whatever you want to call it, and you try to have an intelligent adult conversation, you couldn't do it because there's nothing to the narcissist. The thing is, in the beginning of the relationship, when you were in that euphoric / love bomb stage, there was nothing to the narcissist back then either, but you were believing in the mask. You didn't have the wisdom you have now. You couldn't apply the tools. You couldn't see what you were looking at. Now you can't unsee what you've seen. That's why, again, you must go no contact, block these people, delete them, remove all flying monkeys and people associated with them. If not now, when? Get the message. So who is the new supply? Again, it's either a person like you that doesn't know about narcissism, and they're the next new shiny object about to go down a very dark road of destruction and manipulation, confusion and chaos. Or number two, they're going to be a recycled person who thinks that, yeah, they have one more chance with the narcissist. It's going to improve this time. It's going to get better, but it won't. It never has, and it never will. And those people are going to have to get the message eventually themselves. Or number three, it's going to be another toxic person equal to and or worse than the narcissist. And then in that case, the narcissist will meet their match, and good luck to them, because they thought the grass was greener. They thought that they could abuse other people. But again, each and every one of us, not only reveals ourselves over time, but we meet our match no matter who it is. Someone who is more manipulating than we are. That's going to the narcissist, not to you or myself. But the narcissist gets played themselves. They just don't want to admit it. And that's why they're shallow and hollow, and that's why they're empty. They will never admit anything. They can't introspect. They can't be accountable. They think that they're infallible, but they're not. They're cowards and bullies. So everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are on the planet. You are not alone. Remember that. You are not alone. I love you all. God bless you. And don't be thinking, if you've healed, drop comments below. If you're healing, continue to do it and drop comments below. But if you're thinking that the new supply has it so much better than you, that's not the case. The new supply thinks that they have it so much better than you, or the new supply is a toxic person themselves and they're playing your ex. But the new supply is in for a really, really long road, just like you were. The difference is you found the needle in a haystack and you're healing, or you have healed. My hope is that the new supply, once they are discarded, or if they end it themselves, that they find the same path that I found or you found, that they found the needle in a haystack on narcissistic abusive cycle. But not everybody finds it. That's why you need to be grateful and fortunate that you did find it. You need to break free from these people and heal and begin living your best life. I love you all. God bless you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. All right, bye, guys.